from small hometown boy to rank number 15 in the nation. This is where it all started. Believe it or not, I was born in the Rolla hospital. Grew up, lived around here all my life, came to Rolla basically every single day. Lived in Doolittle, went to Newburgh High School, and it all started right here in Rolla, Missouri. Welcome to my hometown school. I went to school here from kindergarten all the way through high school, graduated here as high school. It was a very, very small hometown school. I think my graduating class had around 30 kids in it, so very small hometown feel. Probably some of my favorite things about this school was the fact that it's small. You knew everybody in your class, you knew everybody in the classes above you, below you, and it just really created that community, and we're all still close. I still know almost everybody I graduated with. How would my classmates describe me? It depends on who you ask, but I think for the most part, I got along great with everybody. It's being a small school like this, it's kind of hard to have feuds. There's only so many people you can be friends with, so you tend to be friendly with everybody. One of my favorite things about senior year, it's bringing me back, is that here they allow you to do a senior prank every year. Within reason, of course. The street in front of the school, they allow you to come and do graffiti, spray paint it, paint on it, write your names, and we just had a blast with that. We came out here at night and we all tried to sneak around. Even though everybody knew we were doing it, it felt like you were doing something you weren't supposed to do, and we painted basically the whole street, like a mile of street with graffiti and our names, and class of 2006, and it was that was probably one of my favorite memories from senior year. Welcome to my first job. We're here at the sawmill that my family owned when I was a kid, and I started here my very first job when I was 12 years old, stacking slabs. It was a wonderful experience. You learn a lot about work ethic and what real work, hard work is. I worked my way up through the sawmill. As I grew through the years, I decided I wanted to continue working in the family business. My family had owned it forever. Worked my way up. I think I was 19 when I started running the sawmill. And so I was managing all the people, running everything, learned how to be the head sawyer and manage the company. So a regular day in the life of a kid that works at a sawmill was, during the summer, we had to wake up at 4 o'clock. Work started at 5 a.m. We did that to beat the heat. So as a kid, getting up that early, that was pretty rough. You come in and there's sawdust everywhere. I actually learned very early on, I started working with gloves because the wood will stain your hands. And gloves are too hot in the summer, so your hands actually become like leather. The wood turns them like a black color. You actually had to bleach your hands on the weekends before you go out, but it was way better than wearing gloves and being hot. Welcome to my first home. Well, if you want to get technical, this is not my first home. The first home I actually purchased was a trailer that I purchased and I lived in for several years. And we upgraded to this as an actual single family home. So this was the first single family home that I purchased. It's where I guess you could say my real estate journey started. Some of my favorite memories of this home would be having my daughter here, bringing her home from the hospital. I still remember where I actually proposed to my wife was in this house. She was pregnant with our first kid and we were painting the room together, and so I actually surprised her with the ring and proposed in this house. So that's probably my most favorite memory. So it was at this house that I had the realization that I wanted more for my life, I wanted more for my family, and I wanted to serve more people and help other people. I just had a feeling that I was meant for more in this world and I wanted to go and pursue it. And I've got to get kudos to my wife. She's the one that pushed me. I was working, you guys saw the sawmill, and that was my life. That was my plan. I was gonna run the sawmill, I was gonna own the sawmill, and she pushed me to, hey, maybe you can do more. And she forced me to think different, and thankfully she did, because now we're here and we're out in our life. We're very, very fortunate where we're at and able to help a lot of people and change a lot of lives and do a lot of good for our communities and our clients. Here we are at Made Right. This was one of my favorite spots to hang out as a kid. Come in here, get some great food, get a cheese right, some fried mushrooms, maybe a cookie dough concrete. And afterwards, we'd hang out in the parking lot. This is where we all gathered as kids in high school, and this was kind of our hangout. And actually, right next door to this hangout is another one of my favorite spots when I was a kid, is the bowling alley. So here we are at the bowling alley in Rolla. I spent a lot of time here growing up. I bowled in a league when I was a kid, even bowled in leagues as I was a grown up. I was actually Pretty fortunate to have 2 perfect games. I bowled 2 300s, got the rings to prove it, and just one of my hobbies I really enjoyed doing here in Rolla. Met a lot of great people. One of my favorite memories here as a kid was, I remember we were at that age where we just wanted to be goofy, and so we decided to get those old school bowling shirts with the big collars, button-ups. It was we got the brightest purple shirt we could find with the brightest yellow collars, so we could stand out, and we stood out for sure. And here we are today sitting at one of our 2 offices that we were able to grow into and expand. It blows my mind every day that I have 35 people on my team that trust me every day to support themselves and their families. We actually were blessed with being ranked number 15 in the nation last year, and we were set to absolutely blow that out of the water this year, so we're excited to see where we rank there. We were blessed to be on a national TV show. They actually called us and said, hey, would you like to be a part of it? It's just very, very humbling from where I started to where we are today. It shows me that anything's possible in this world.